now, but shit, it's going on, I guess. So we pulling out the Americans. What we doing, y'all? Talk to me. Got the vet. We got the new. It's like a C8 or something. I don't think I got that. I got it in my Liberty Walk, and that joint decent, but it ain't. The Lamborghini is killing me. I can't stand it. how you do it. That's how you do it. Shit. Let me get with the game. Excuse me. Little claw blade. Pick something that we can get some XP for if we want to do it. The fuck is that? got no skyline, bro. Damn. turn me around the other way if I was going this way, dumb bitch.
with the donut, bro.
You okay?
What's wrong, baby? Sure. Shut up.
that kind of shit. Not that, or that you just silent until it's really time and then you get busy. Hurt? I'm sorry. I was yawning. Didn't mean to squeeze. Reaction. Oh, there. Oh, see what I gotta do for you.
What do you mean?
Just to get to stretching shit and popping shit. How much pressure I gotta put? Oh, what do I mean? Look at you about to be all sensitive.
No, I just didn't understand.
I mean, that could mean a magnitude of things. cut it. That's a weird fault. Never for anything. I feel like they did it. Stuff I go through when y'all sleep.
My what?
Charger or whatever that is. Your socket.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Your power plug. Your cigarette lighter.
No. No, it's not plugged in.
Yeah, it is. You always leave it plugged in. I seen it in your car last time. You leave it in the slot. You get out. Yeah, it's plugged in. Takes your battery.
It's not.
Okay, so when you plug it in, it lights up what color? Green, right?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
You just be leaving that shit draining your battery in the winter? Got a lot to learn, kid. These new cars, though, so, you know, it is what it is. That motherfucker ain't dead, though. Mm-hmm. Be careful. If that motherfucker ever didn't start, I would be like, hey, I'll leave none of my shit on. I've seen people do it though, so it ain't like, you know, you the only one of that shit. My battery used to go even a day earlier than when it spoke, so I can't act like it wasn't because of that. But then again, they be like, it's not that because the alternator recharges it and all that other shit. But if that's the case, then why does the battery fucking die? Because that acid is going to drain out at some point.
Yeah.
So, the faster you get there, the worse. You laying down? Yeah, that's just her. She about to go in the bathroom.
Okay.
Cause I ain't got time to be worried about that. Matter of fact, yeah, while you up too, because you know, take her out real quick, let her use it, and then put her in the bathroom. So she'll be good for the majority of the day. I gotta take her out then until the evening. Or if I'm feeling antsy when I get up. But if I sleep in, I don't feel bad if I know I took him out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Middle of the night before I went to bed. That's why I tried to take Duke out. That time that I was, you know what I mean, going outside anyway, because I was like, hey, that way, while he's getting used to it, because he's been going to the bathroom a little bit, you feel me?
Yeah.
Let me make sure he is good and shit. And then too, shit, I ain't know if he's gonna come with me. Shit, bullshit. I said, come on.
Very trusting.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Of
come
people
on.
that.
Man. I was like, man, I'd be a little uneasy. Like, I don't want him to be thinking, like, who the fuck is you, bruh? But he listen, though.
Yeah,
He gets it real quick. Like, he knows, like, okay, this nigga is when he get to tripping, everybody in here smells different.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like, I don't know what he got going on. I ain't tripping about it, but he be having people smelling different. So, I know whenever he say something to me, the first thing I want is my mommy. I swear to God. That's what I noticed. Say something to him, he looks for you. Like, hey, wait. I heard the screams.
Bro, sometimes, like,
Yeah.
there's been a couple times where I'm surprised he hasn't, like, gotten up. Because, like, when Gerald was around, if Gerald and I got into an argument and we started, like, yelling at each other, Duke would get up and start, like, barking at him and, like, trying to push him away and shit. So, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't done that already.
Well, I don't argue with you.
Well, but I mean, like, he just does it when people get loud.
I don't get loud with you, though. He's barking when I got loud, but he hasn't had no reason for me getting loud to be an issue, because he's right there with you when I'm getting loud, and I'm never getting loud with you. I'll just calm down. Don't smell nothing funny to me, because I don't feel funny about you. But yeah, you arguing with your peoples, and yeah, your dog's gonna react to that, of course. Yeah, like that's their job, you know. Nobody understands that in the midst of being mad, but you know, that's just how it is. You know? I would think it'd be worse if the dog didn't, or the dog's just, I'm neutral and I don't want to get into this, you know.
Yeah.
Are you surprised he hasn't barked at me? He smelled that dog in me. Nope. You get the barking at it, I get mad. He gonna be barking at you like, hey, hey. Don't you wanna go home for a second? Did you wanna take a ride? Did you wanna take? I swear to God. Do pay attention. I be popping my little shit. He be paying attention. He don't overreact. He don't. Me coming in, slamming the doors and everything. Nope. No. He looked right at me like honestly, like, please don't come over here. Like, I don't know if it wasn't me. I don't know. I was asleep. But if it was, I'm sorry. Can we talk about it in the morning? Because damn, my nigga, you rocking the foundation out this bitch. I said that too when I hit it. Like, well, wait, I'm fucking gonna break the whole door and then be pissed. Real pissed. Now you gotta get the door. And you're mad. Like, God. But nah, he didn't get up. He didn't nothing. He got on the couch. That was it. He did. I don't think he did that when I got loud and shit. I wasn't getting loud to nobody in here. I was getting loud because I was coming in from not having my hair tied. That was in my fucking pocket. So it was a wasteful trip to have to come home when I was already damn near halfway there.
Right.
I'm mad at myself. Like, bitch, you're gonna fucking waste the money. You feel me?
Yeah.
Unnecessary gas, like all that shit. That shit bothered me. Wow. I hate you for the people. I'll be behind the wheel and everything like that. Like, I can't stand your motherfucking people. Stupid motherfuckers. Should never move to this place, I swear, all the time. When motherfuckers from out of town get mad, I swear, first shit out of their mouth is, why the fuck did I do this to myself? Cause damn, you could have went anywhere. You could have went anywhere, but you came here.
You chose.
Yeah.
Coconut.
Coconut. People ask me how I chose it. I'm like, man, I didn't choose this. My parents chose this shit, nigga. And I grew up here. I got nowhere else to have to claim. I can fake claim where I'm from, knowing I ain't really from there like that. Like, I'm from there, but I'm not from there. I'm not living there like that. I did. I don't live there right now. I couldn't tell you what's happening in Philadelphia. I ain't been there. I don't know who's what, who's who, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mix, in the crowd, in the lingo, none of that. I wasn't there for all that. I wasn't there for that. I was there, people still doing shit like that was this. So when you see people be doing that, hitting their hips, and they be like this and all that shit, like they be doing this shit. That was what we was. And it'd be like you and all your peoples. You get in front, you bend your knees. And that was from this. That's what it's from. You supposed to. It's called the freak it. I don't know how you guys would understand, but yeah, it's a dance, but it's all over. It's crazy. So crazy. You know how you can go to your friends and talk about SpongeBob, right? They all know what SpongeBob you're talking about and everything. Imagine going to your friends or going to people that look like you and no one knows what SpongeBob is. And they're like, what? What? You're like, under the sea, SpongeBob, Krabby Patties. And you're like, nah. And you're like, bro, there's like, nah, you, trust me, you heard this. And you go to show it to them, and they're still like, what? That's cool, but yeah, it's my first time seeing it. And then you sit back now and go, shit. Just think, right now, you would never think of that, right? And then you know people who are older, like me, and talk about stuff you're learning about it, and it don't make sense. You just like, you live in that bubble of, what, you know, whatever, you know, poor guy. You know what I mean? Not really, but you know, like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't have nothing to do with us, so. And then you get to us, and it's like, all these people that you know that know everything you're talking about ain't around. It gets diluted. Everybody ain't 25 when you're 30. Everybody ain't 20 something when you're 40. Some people 20, some people 30, some people 40, some people 50 when you're that age. You around your peers a little bit more when you're in your 20s, unless you choose to hang out with older people, which that happens too. But regardless, you formulate your peer group during that time. In the 40s, who you hanging out with like that? If you hanging out at 40 like that, still something's wrong. Should be utilizing your resources to provide for your family and you know your future and mothering and nurturing and baking muffins and shit. Motherfucker shouldn't be. You ain't gotta be old, but you shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Running the streets, getting drinks in the club with your 21-year-old niece and shit at 48. Like it's just weird. It's cool, but at that point, I'm not coming back to that club because like I've outgrown it. If they're there, so. But you know, when you're in the midst of like everybody knows everything you know, it doesn't hit. It just you just see that shit and you don't think nothing of it. Then slowly, from like 38, it happens. Like, yeah, it's Vine. You remember Vine? And people are like, what? And you're like, fine. It was before TikTok. It was like, and they're like, no. Like, you remember hearing about Backpage getting canceled and shit? And they're like, they don't even know what a Backpage is. But think about that. If you're 2025, you was born in 2015, you don't know what Backpage is. You never even heard of Backpage. You could have been made. You could have been made off of a Backpage ad, and now you don't even know what the fuck made you. You literally was a girl. You came from a John or a motherfucker paying for a trick paying for it in a hotel and doing something you wasn't supposed to do, which is put up in a damn prostitute and her having a baby and not getting rid of it. And you just don't know that yet. And the whole time, that time period is gone. Because if you ask them about that stuff from then, they don't know what you're talking about. And it could have been made off a back page. Kids that were made, let this sink in. Like kids that were made off of Backpage ads don't even know where their original source of it. Like they can't even go here. This is how my mom and my dad met off this website that wasn't supposed to be a website. Like, yeah, like ain't that crazy? It's wild. It's that far out of date. But when you're 25, who cares about a 10-year-old? Who cares about a 15-year-old? Because you're 25. You don't think when you're 25, when you're 30, what a 10-year-old thinks or a 15-year-old thinks. Because you're thinking for what? You're 25. And then boom, you look up and it's like, I get my hair cut. Like this doesn't happen like that. It's like you get your hair cut, and the painter don't mind, no big deal. And it's like, alright, I get my line straight. Then motherfuckers gonna straighten my line, and it's like, yo, they keep having to fuck with this one spot. And you're like, yo, why the fuck you all of a sudden they gotta fuck with this one spot? And you get home, you look at it, and you're like, your hairline's a little bit higher. It's straight, it's still crisp, it's a little bit higher, no big, not nothing bad. You're just like, okay, and then it goes a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, till you start seeing the discoloration of where you're balding at versus your skin showing literally that your hair was all the way down here. And you gotta look at that and go, oh my god, all this should be like this. All this to the front of me. And then it hits you like, oh my god. Now you're in between when it was 20 something, 30 something, and 50, and you're like, damn. So you don't fight it because you know about it, but it's like, how do you go about it? Do you just go straight into being 50 about it? Do you stay 41 and enjoy your time? Do you don't know. You just wake up and question that every day as life just keeps on going and keeps on going and keeps on going. And unless you run into somebody who's been there, they can go, hey, it's the best advice I can give to somebody going through that. You gotta figure that shit out. So, stay young. Stay young. Let that be a nightmare for you, but don't let it be. By the time it's something you can't fight, it's just, it's somebody looking at you going, you're not that bad, and it's like, yeah, appreciate it. Thanks. Or they honestly feel that way, and it's okay, because then, okay, cool, you're just being hard on yourself, and somebody else doesn't care about it, so why should you? It just depends on you,
Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, just like me saying, if I feel like you look great, and somebody feels like they don't, well, then that's no different than when you feel like you're getting a little older and how to deal with it, and compared to when you don't.
Right.
she whining like that, you know what she want? Whenever she doing that light whine, she wasn't whining like that because she was asleep. You know what she wants? Water. That's her water one. Whenever we hear her real low, that's her like, that's real. That's not, that's a real one. Do you notice how my hearing gets to, you walk up and I'm like, what the, did you hear that? And it was her. And even if she was, I don't think she was asleep. I think she was very lightly crying for water. When it's something she really needs, she cries to the point where you almost can't hear her. When it's something she don't need, and she just wants to be boisterous, she's loud. Yes, it's genuine. She's genuinely crying like a fake crier compared to deep from your soul. You feel me? Like like because I put her in the tub, and as soon as she got in there, she went straight to her water bowl and and nudged it and looked at me like, oh, okay. Yeah, like, hey, that she had me in the kitchen all day while I was in the drink. Much of my own.
Are you done in the kitchen?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.